Hey, I'm Naomi, co-founder here at CloudHQ. CloudHQ is here to solve two really big issues. One is collaboration, because lots of different people who are involved in a specific project are using different apps to be able to be their most productive selves and really help contribute towards a project. But unfortunately, because not everybody is on the same page and doesn't see exactly all the work happening in all these different apps being used, collaboration actually becomes a nightmare. And secondly, we want to make sure that all this data is properly backed up. So we're going to go ahead and devote this entire episode here for our marketers. And why is this so important? Because I'm in marketing. That's where I started. I love marketing. I understand what you're going through. I'm going to show you how to streamline everything so you don't have to worry about, is something up to date? Did my contractor get my request? Did I get my designs? None of that stuff. We can really make sure that your time is just saved so you can focus on more important things. So let's take a look. Most marketers are really interested in branding, right? So how do we go ahead and set up proper branding? We have different teams for different things. And there's stuff missing here. You might have even more. But it just goes to show how many different people are involved in one specific project and how we really have to make sure that everything is kind of synced together so we all know what each other is doing. So we've got a social team, we've got a design team, we've got a project manager, and a PR. We've got press releases, right? So we've got all these different things going on for, say, Purina Dog Chow, right? So Purina Dog Chow is one of your clients, let's say. They have something new happening, and with their new line of dog food coming out, they want to make sure that they have new branding around it. Perfect. So you've assembled your team, right? Now that you've assembled your team, what's going to happen here? Because different people are going to be using different things, right? Maybe to plan out things in your content calendar, you're going to be using maybe Basecamp actually would be a good one. Maybe you're going to just use Google Drive. Whatever it is that your company uses, it's important to incorporate that with everything else. So you got your social team. Can't have posts on social without images. We all know this. And so you need a design team involved somewhere in here, which means lots of PNGs, which means lots of space. So we've got a design team involved. They have to know what the message is with the social team too, so they can also collaborate because it has to work together. They have to work congruently with each other in order to get the right message across. Project manager, which is probably going to be you, Mr. or Miss Marketer, because that's who's going to make sure that the actual branding message is really taken well care of. You're overseeing everything, aren't you? So that's project manager, probably you. And you've got to make sure that you've got some PR going on too, because normally that's how you're going to work your social in with your PR. So you've got these four teams going on, right? And the problem is that collaboration is a total nightmare. Oh my goodness. Your designers, which are normally contractors, are probably going to be using Dropbox to send you stuff. Your social team might be using Google Apps. You're trying to manage everything in Basecamp most likely, or whatever project management tool it is that you're using. It's just really, really messy. So collaboration's a nightmare. But when you sync both ways, what really happens is, when I say sync both ways also, what I'm saying is whatever apps you're using, and you sync them both ways, it means that let's say you're working in Basecamp and I'm working in Google Drive and somebody else is in Dropbox, we sync everything both ways. So you see my work, I see your work, we see our teammates' work, all in real time, but from the apps that we choose to use, because that's where we're most productive. That's how we solve collaboration. And then we make sure that data doesn't get lost. What happens if your contractor falls off the planet, right? The face of the planet. Happens all the time. We see this all the time. You hire a contractor, maybe an overseas contractor, something happens, you don't know what happened to that contractor, well, where's all the images? We need to have specific files. We need information. Well, we make sure everything is backed up properly so that your data doesn't get lost because it's a company asset. And we know that if your assets get lost, well, your time is really taken up trying to recover those assets, time that we just don't have, especially in marketing. This is something we all know. So let's take a look at these three really, really, really important apps to use. Right? We use Basecamp to project manage. We're going to use Google Drive to make sure that we have different content ideas in there. Gmail, right? We're communicating through Gmail. Dropbox, because that's going to be where your contractors are going to probably send you information, and you want to have everything backed up. So what we do here is we're going to completely sync everything together. And when we sync it this way, we can make sure that everybody's on the same page at all times. And then also what happens is you can then take everything, and you could ask your IT admin if this is something they want to do. Most likely they already are doing it. You might want to back everything up to Amazon S3. Simple storage solution, because it's really inexpensive to store everything. And it's just a fabulous way to make sure that you are never going to be down. If a platform is somehow interrupted and you're in the middle of trying to give a pitch to your customer, oh my goodness, Purina would freak out if you had everything in your Dropbox and you're trying to open up your presentation and you can't do it, and you're on site and you're wasting their time. You'll lose the account. Don't lose your account. You just back everything up. You've got a copy in Google Drive. You've got a copy in Amazon S3. Everybody's on the same page. This is how you should function to make sure that you always keep your client happy, to make sure that you have a team that is collaborative, and to make sure that your company assets, your client assets, your bread and butter is protected. So here we are, CloudHQ, making your workplace platform agnostic.